Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I just wanted to make a quick video today showing some macros in Voicemeeter Potato. I think you can also do this in Voicemeeter Banana, but for the sake of the video, I am using Voicemeeter Potato. So this is not going to be a video on how to actually set up Voicemeeter. I might do that in another video, but I'm just going to go over two quick macros that I use which I find very useful, and that is one, to restart the audio engine if you're having issues like your headset disconnects, reconnects, and then you can't hear any audio. If you want to just click a button and then this just restarts, you can do that. Again, we're also going to be tying this into the Stream Deck, but you don't necessarily need the Stream Deck either. And then our second macro we're going to be looking at is to toggle between two audio outputs, turning one off and one on simultaneously at the press of one button. So that would be switching from one headset to another headset, or from a headset to some speakers. It's completely up to you. So again, we'll jump straight into it. We'll go straight into our first macro. For our first macro, what we're going to be looking at is our desktop audio here. And again, we can do the same for our Discord. You just got to change a couple of the numbers. But what we want to do is, for example, we want to toggle our A1 audio and our A2. So at the moment, our desktop audio plays out of A1, which is the Razer Nari Ultimate. So that is this set of headphones here, which is what I use for normal playing on the computer. And then that will then toggle over to A2, which is this headset here, which is the Corsair Virtuose SE. Now, obviously, this could be any audio output, whether that's headphones or speakers. So obviously, this is really handy if, for example, you are, playing a game where you want to chill on your bed and you just want to switch from your headphones over to your desktop speakers, if that makes sense. So first off, obviously you could just enable these with a mouse, but I'm using the Stream Deck, and for some reason if I'm in a game or something, I just want to toggle my audio, then obviously I can reach down and click the Stream Deck button. So let's start off. First off, how do we enable macros? So if we go over to menu up here, we want to tick this button here. Macro buttons run on startup. So if we just click that button, it will load up these buttons here, which it will start off maybe like this, but you can just expand it to make it a bit bigger. So to modify these buttons, these are just push buttons. So when you click on them, it would do said macro. So my first one here, we've got restarts. That just restarts the audio engine. But again, we'll cover that in the next macro. And then we got this one here, toggle A1 and A2. So if we click that one, you see here, look, so my desktop audio switches from one input to another input. Now, again, you could just turn both of these on and have audio coming out of both of them. But for some reason, again, you might not want that. Again, that's completely up to you. So to edit these, we just right click the button and that brings up this screen here. So for example, each one of these is a strip starting at 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we obviously want our desktop audio here. And then I'll put these commands in the description. So for example, up here on the right, we've got push button or 2 positions. We want to switch this to 2 positions. So what that means is you click it once, it will do one thing, and then it kind of comes down to the bottom half and then it does the reverse, if that makes sense. So that's these 2 options here. So 1 button and then second button. Okay. So again, that's 2 positions. The next one down will be the keyboard shortcut. So I've got a 10 keyless keyboard. I'm not going to hit the number pad. So I've got control plus number 1, and then I've set it to exclusive key. So it won't then do anything in any other application, if that makes sense. So control and number pad 1. So I've set that. And then as we can see here, if you copy this command in, again, I'll put it in the description. We've got strip 5, strip 5, strip 5, strip 5, 5, strip 5, and then we've got request A1 and A2, A1 and A2, and A1 and A2 again. So this section here is what turns it on, and then this one here turns it off. So it's the second push if I'm correct. So again, if you just copy these commands in, what you'll notice now is if we push those, if we click this button here, you see now we are switching down here between A1 and A2. Now, I think what we can also do, if we wanted the Discord to also do the same thing, we can change then this to 6. Come down again, paste, change this one to 6. We'll change this to A2. And then we want the A2 in 0 mode. So probably best just to copy this, paste this, change this to a 6, this one to a 6, copy this, paste this, change this to a 6 and this to a 6. So now when we hit OK, there we go. So we can see now our Discord and our desktop is now switching between the two audio devices, which is pretty neat. Now, obviously, if you don't want to click, you still got to click a button. You still have to click a command on your keypad. So it depends on, obviously, if you just want to manually, it depends if you're tabbed into something. You don't want to have to load up, open up the voice meter. Obviously, you can just leave voice meter tabbed. Now, I have a Stream Deck. So if we go into our Stream Deck, and let's go into our audio one. I think I use this one. Here we go. So we have our restart audio engine. So if we just add a macro into here, what's it under? The hotkey. What did I do this one? System hotkey. Yeah. So if we go, we'll add a hotkey, and let's just rename this one to audio output switch. Just for now. We can change all this at a later date. And then we want to change this to how do I do it without actually having it? Maybe on-screen keyboard. Can I do it that way? No, number pad. Nope. Turn on keypad. Is that right? Yeah, there we go. Right, so we want to assign our things. So we've got control number 1. There we go. So control and number pad 1. We can get rid of this now. And now, if I hit the button on my Stream Deck, so if I click it in real life, minimize this. Yeah, so there we go. Look, so I'm tapping it on my keypad. We can see, look, we're changing our audio output between A1 and A2. So there we are, a little simple mod, quality of life mod if you've got the Stream Deck. This is really handy. Say you just want to jump into bed, change the output between your headset over to your desktop speakers. Maybe you want to watch a movie or something. You can just click that button there on your Stream Deck, and there we go. We switched our audio between the two devices. Part 2, restart audio engine. Okay, so in our first macro setup, we looked at toggling between different devices. So A1, A2, A3, just with a click of a button. And now you can use the Stream Deck or just click the button on your keypad if you want to. The next shortcut I want to look at is sometimes if I turn this headset off, for example, so if I turn it off to put it on charge and turn it back on again without turning the voice meter off, when I turn it back on again, voice meter won't detect it, and I will need to come up here to menu, and I will need to click this button here, restart audio engine. So what that will do is just restart the program without actually closing it down. So if I click that, I'll restore audio to my headset. However, I don't want to keep going over to the actual application. I want to be able to just click one button on my Stream Deck. So I I've already talked about macro buttons before, so I'm not going to go too much into that. So we open our macro buttons up, same thing, menu, macro buttons, load up this page here. We right click this one here, so this is our just first button. You can put that in any button you want. We just change the name of it. Let's just put restart audio engine. Sub button name, that's not required. And then if you just copy this command here, again, I'll put this in the description. You copy that into each 3 of those boxes, it should work. However, in this top right corner here, you see where it says push button. We want to make sure that is on just push button because we only want it to happen once. We don't want it to toggle. We don't want to keep switching between things. So we just push button, click it, activates it once. Now for me, I've set it to Control+0 on my keypad. Now I don't actually use my keyboard to activate the macro. I use my Stream Deck. So if I click OK and go over to my Stream Deck, you can see this button here for restart audio engine is Control+0. So to do this, we just go on the hotkey, add that in, add the title you want, audio restart, for example. Click assign, and then you would just go Control and 0 for example. So I need to delete that because I've already got it. So there we go. A very quick macro to set up in Voicemeeter. I find it really handy. Sometimes if you have a problem, I don't know, audio kicks out for some reason, it is handy just to click a button on the Stream Deck. So it all just restarts. So thanks for watching my video. Again, I might have a little play around, try to find some more macros that suit me. I might make a part 2 of this video if it's popular. Again, see you in the next video. See you later.
Don't be afraid.